mass, we've heard talk of irregularities, but we haven't seen any proof of mass mail-in fraud or irregular votes or illegal votes, just what we've been told by the campaigns.
All right, John Roberts, we'll stay in touch with you. Thank you. Let's go over to the Biden campaign now. Peter Doocy's live in Wilmington, Delaware. What have they said, if anything, today, Peter?
Dana, first, we've got our first action of the day. Joe Biden is in town, downtown Wilmington, at a theater where he is going to be getting a coronavirus briefing from some officials. Right now, it is not open to the press. He has not answered any questions yet, at least he did not on his way in, but our next opportunity to hear from him, or at least to lay eyes on him, is going to be when he walks out of there. As for what the campaign has been saying today, they are really asking forcefully for supporters to be patient. On a Zoom call with reporters earlier, the campaign manager, Jen O'Malley Dillon, said that their internal data shows Joe Biden will be the next president. And then they put their top lawyer, Bob Bauer, on to say that they believe these Trump team legal challenges are meritless and silly.
To go to Jen's point, it's really quite remarkable. These election officials are working overnight trying to get the count out and trying to get it right. And the Trump campaign is continually alleging irregularity, failures of the system, and fraud without any basis. This is part of a broader misinformation campaign that involves some political theater.
That said, they are still using their massive email list to court donations to the Biden Fight Fund. And as for the map, the campaign is calling Georgia a true toss-up, but they are a lot more confident that calls are about to start falling their way in Arizona, Nevada.
Now resumed after briefly being stopped within the last hour or so. The issue has to do with the distance that poll watchers have to be away from the folks that you were seeing who were counting the ballots. The federal judge this morning moved that to 6 feet for social distancing, but that is being challenged. We'll go to the Supreme Court here. So we want to decide, have you decide for yourself. Take a look at the view of the counting that a poll watcher sees. Take a look at this photograph. This is exactly a poll watcher's perspective. This photo was taken by Republican poll watcher Brian McCafferty. He told me he can't get closer than this. You got a metal barrier and a rail that they keep him penned up in that area. He can't move around. He can't get closer. He said 6 feet, 25 feet, 5 feet to him is not enough. He says he can't see a thing.
I would like the judge to come here and define 6 feet for me, because we cannot see them. Even though they've moved the desks up, I don't have a tape measure, but I'm going to tell American public, it's still 25 feet. We can't see anything.
Well, the Department of Board of Elections will be going to the state Supreme Court to challenge that. Back to you, Dana.
All right, Eric, thank you. Let's go to Nevada now, another big state that we're waiting for. Jonathan Hunt is live in Las Vegas. Hi, Jonathan.
Yeah, hi, Dana. Two big stories here today, numbers and lawsuits. Let's get to the numbers first. A new set of voting numbers released today by the Nevada Secretary of State, and they give former Vice President Joe Biden cause for optimism. He, at this time yesterday, was leading President Trump by a little under 8,000 votes. He has increased that lead now to a little under 12,000. That's a 4,000 increase essentially from yesterday's number. That is obviously good news. And what will buoy the Biden campaign even more is that it appears that the majority of votes left to come in, and we'll get them over the next day or so, according to the registrar, come here from Clark County, where Vegas is at the heart. And that is important because the Biden campaign has always expected to do well here, and more than 70% of all registered voters in the state of Nevada live in Clark County. So certainly the Biden campaign will feel happier with the results that they got today than the Trump campaign. But the Trump campaign is apparently going to file a lawsuit. It has not been filed yet. We are told by former acting director of national intelligence, Rick Grenell, that it will be filed this afternoon at a rather rather chaotic press conference today attended by Mr. Grenell and other Trump campaign officials. They laid out a sort of potpourri of claims that people who are dead are voting, that people who are non-residents are voting, that there is no transparency, that they cannot check signatures. Adam Laxalt, who is a former attorney general here in Nevada and the co-chair of the Trump campaign, summed up the basis of the lawsuit. Listen here.
In the last many days, we have received reports of many irregularities across the valley. We believe that there are dead voters that have been counted. We are also confident that there are thousands of people whose votes have been counted that have moved out of Clark County during the pandemic.
Trump campaign officials there offered no evidence whatsoever to back up those claims. The county registrar here, Dana, says he has seen no evidence of any widespread fraud. Dana?
Okay, thank you, Jonathan. Let's head over to Georgia now. That race, as we've said, is razor thin. Jonathan Seri is live in Atlanta. Hi, Jonathan.
Razor thin indeed, Dana. A Georgia judge has dismissed that lawsuit that the Trump campaign filed against election officials in Chatham County. That's on the Georgia coast in a Democratic stronghold. The lawsuit alleged that ballots that arrived after the 7 p.m. deadline on election night were counted. However, the judge ruled that there was no evidence that election officials failed to follow the law. Earlier this afternoon, Fulton County election workers applauded the conclusion of their marathon session, processing more than 145,000 mail-in absentee ballots. Statewide, more than 50,000 ballots remain to be processed as of 12:45 this afternoon, according to the Georgia Secretary of State's office.
Fast is great, and we appreciate fast. We more appreciate accuracy. Accuracy is going to be the bedrock upon which people will believe the outcomes of these elections, be they on the winning side or the losing side.
Although Georgia trends Republican, Democrats are holding on to hope because the counties that are still reporting votes happen to be in the metro area of Atlanta, urban areas that generally trend Democrat.
Well, we're going to all watch for that one. Thank you so much, Jonathan. So we're covering all the angles. We'll have more of the daily briefing up next.
Attention veterans. Today's all-time low mortgage rates just dropped even lower. Veterans who refi now can save $3,000 a year. With New Day's VA Streamline Refi, there's no income verification, no appraisal, and no out-of-pocket costs. One call can save you $3,000 a year. $3,000. That's a big deal.
Call 1-844-776-3932.
My teeth were hurting. I knew there was something that had to get done.
It's your mouth, but you feel bad from head to toe. It really hurts.
It's not just a pretty smile, it's your health.
When I found Clear Choice, everything changed right there and then.
Getting dental implants makes all the difference.
That was the new beginning for me, for a long, healthy life.
Attention everyone on Medicare. Did you know that right now is the annual enrollment period for all Medicare recipients? Everyone on Medicare is encouraged to call 800-454-1178 now for your free, no obligation Medicare benefits review. Now is the time during the Medicare annual enrollment period to see if you are eligible to save money and get additional benefits at little to no additional cost. You don't get these savings or additional benefits automatically, so make sure you call now during the Medicare annual enrollment period to make sure you are getting all the benefits you deserve. If you're not sure you're on the best plan for you, just call the number on your screen now for your free, no obligation Medicare benefits review. Call before the December 7th deadline. You may be able to save money and receive additional benefits. You may also be eligible for a plan that includes additional benefits like home prescription delivery and expanded at-home telehealth visits. Just call 800-454-1178 888 now to find out if you're eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan that includes additional benefits like free hearing aids, free eyeglasses, free meal delivery, and free rides to medical appointments. You may also be eligible for $0 monthly premiums, $0 deductibles, or no copays. Just call the toll-free number on your screen now to see if you qualify for additional benefits, including dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs.